The girl sat alone beneath the broken wing of a rusted-out freighter, her violet skin streaked with ash and dry blood. Her limbs, once sleek and agile, now twitched with the involuntary spasms of damaged neural circuits. A trail of faint, glowing fluid marked her path through the refugee camp's outer rim, where no one dared tread too long. She was Vellari, half-grown, half-functioning, and entirely unwanted. Her kind, the Zhelarin, had once ruled half the outer belt. But after the war, after the Terran fleets shattered their pride and dismantled their sovereignty, what was left of them were survivors scattered like ashes across distant colonies. Most humans avoided them. Others pitied them. No one dared touch them. Until him. Nathan Hale didn't come to the refugee sector out of guilt or glory. He was a mechanic, a war vet, one of the many who did their jobs, didn't ask questions, and tried not to dream at night. But today, something made him look twice. He was scanning scrap piles for salvaged wiring when he noticed a shape, small, trembling, hidden beneath the shade of a collapsed engine strut. At first he thought it was a dying animal. Then she looked up. Big, bright lavender eyes blinked at him. Her face was streaked with grime, a thin tube running from her ear to a broken implant lodged in her collarbone. One of her legs was missing from the knee down, wires tangled like exposed nerves. Her breathing was shallow. Her expression was blank. "Shit," Nathan muttered. He took a cautious step forward. "Hey, you okay?" She didn't speak, didn't move. Nathan looked around. Dozens of people passed nearby. Refugees, scavengers, traders, but no one even glanced her way. "Don't," a voice muttered behind him. An old trader. Their plague risks. Half broken. Biomodded. "You touch her, you're marked." Nathan turned. "She's a kid. She's Zhelarin." He turned back to her. She hadn't blinked. He brought a med kit. The field hospital wouldn't take her. Said she had no papers. Said her strain of cybersymbiosis was incompatible with their systems. Said she was beyond saving. So Nathan did it the old way. He set up a cot inside his service pod on the edge of the refugee camp. He sterilized tools, disinfected circuits, patched what he could, and recoded a basic translator chip to understand her neural patterns. For the first week, she didn't speak. He fed her broth, replaced the shredded tubing in her chest, welded a rudimentary prosthetic to her leg. He knew he couldn't fix her fully, but every time she woke up and blinked at him, it was enough. On the 8th day, she whispered, "Why?" Nathan looked up from his toolkit. "Why what?" Her voice was low, glitchy. "Why help?" He hesitated. "Because someone should have." She stared at him for a long time. Then her lips twitched. A smile? Maybe. Maybe not. But she stayed. He learned her name, Vellari. She was only 16 cycles old. She had escaped a slave vessel 3 systems over. Her family was gone. Her neural bondmate, something unique to Zhelarin youth, had died in transit. She had been alone ever since. She didn't talk much, but she listened, watched. Nathan showed her how to solder wires, how to use a wrench, how to filter coolant from old tanks. She picked it up fast. Her hands, even damaged, were precise. She repaired more in a day than his last apprentice had in a month. Soon, people started to notice. "What's she doing here?" a patrolman asked one day, pointing at Vellari as she worked beside a cooling core. "She's helping me," Nathan said flatly. "She's a war remnant. Her kind killed thousands. And we didn't." The patrolman didn't argue, just left a warning. But the rumors spread. They said Nathan was harboring an alien. A broken one. A risk. A traitor, even. He ignored them. Vellari stayed close to the shadows. She spoke little, but her eyes followed everything. She never asked for comfort, never sought pity, and Nathan never offered either. He treated her like she belonged, like she was human. Then came the raid. The refugee camp was hit by mercenaries, slavers, looking for biomods to harvest. Vellari woke to screams and smoke. Nathan shoved a crowbar in her hand. "Hide in the crawl space," he ordered. But she shook her head. "I fight." "You can't." Her eyes glowed. "I remember." And she did. Her symbiosis system flared alive, unstable, sparking, but functional. She moved like a ghost through the fire. When Nathan caught up with her, she was holding off 3 attackers with nothing but her prosthetic leg and a metal rod charged with electrical feedback. She bled. She screamed. But she didn't fall. And when the dust cleared, the camp still stood. Because of her. Because of them. The sector commander came 2 days later. "We heard what she did," he said. "That she saved people." Nathan didn't speak. "We want to take her in. Run tests. She could be a breakthrough, proof that Zhelarin can integrate. She's not your experiment. She's dangerous. She's alive." They argued. Papers were filed. Threats made. And then something unexpected happened. The camp residents, human, Zhelarin, others, began to speak up. "She saved my child," one said. "She stopped the fire from reaching the food stores," said another. "She bled for us." In the face of testimony, the commander relented. "She can stay," he said. "But you're responsible." Nathan looked at Vellari. She didn't smile. She just nodded. "I will fix things," she said. And he believed her. Weeks passed. Nathan upgraded her prosthetic. She customized drones to help elderly refugees move supplies. She programmed irrigation systems for the dry fields outside the perimeter. The other kids, human and alien, started hanging around her. At night, she sat under the broken freighter wing, not alone anymore. People came to her with things to fix, and they brought her gifts, scrap metal, fruit, stories. She never asked for anything, but she gave everything back. One day, Nathan found her painting the side of his pod, not with words, with symbols, Zhelarin symbols. "Those your people's markings?" he asked. She nodded. "Means home." He looked at her. "You sure this place deserves that?" She turned to him, face serene. "You made it." Nathan swallowed hard. A silence settled between them. Then he sat beside her and picked up a brush. They painted together. Years later, they told stories of a girl with violet skin and glowing eyes who rebuilt a shattered world with wire and kindness. Some said she was a miracle. Others said she was dangerous. But those who truly knew her said only this: she was broken, and someone believed in her, and that changed everything.